All right. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone is having an amazing morning today. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, good. Doing great. All right, guys. Let's get started. Gabriel's list was not looking too interesting earlier this morning. Getting a little better now. So we'll get into that in a sec. See what's happening there. But let's look at what we had yesterday. Yesterday was an interesting day. For some of the stocks we had in play. Again, our watches was not great. That's one of the things that I've been seeing. I saw yesterday. I mean, a lot of stuff that I had on here didn't trade really well. So let's see what we have. Let's start with M over here. So M was very active, kind of selling off in the pre-market. Then at the open, just pure chop. Before this nice sell-off that it did here, it really gave us a hard time here going long or short. You could tell all the choppiness here on the one. The first 5 minutes, you can tell. Look at these wicks over here, just not clean at all. It's just extreme chop. You finally got this beautiful sell-off here. But after having these two candles here, it was very difficult to take this sell-off. Andrew caught this trade here. That was very nice. He caught this beautiful short here. Started dropping nicely all the way down here. So that was M. Then we had Teva. Teva's been really weak. I mean, the daily chart on Teva is just incredible. It just continues to sell off. But I've been watching Teva closely. The action on Teva has not been clean. If you look at this price action, if you were looking at it yesterday, you could tell that it was really not clean at all. Pure chop, and you can see that here in the 5 minute as well. Look at this amazing chop here, just choppy all the way, and then drops down a little bit and just pure chop again. But overall, Teva's been interesting. I mean, again, gapping down here after that lawsuit from 44 states, and now continues to drop every single day, just losing it, finding no bottom. Yeah, so that's what's making Teva a little interesting to watch. JKS, we also had on our list JKS, and actually, again, just the start of all these stocks yesterday, it's just this pure chop. Again, here pops up, subs right back down, almost engulfing the previous candle, not quite. Then you get an indecision candle here, then you get this beautiful pop now. But again, when you get a start like this, it's very difficult to catch open range breakup or any other strategies. It's very tough in this area here. So JKS finally found some kind of support here, then took off, but then right back down again to VWAP. AMD just keeps. I am underwatching AMD, I think, because look at this here. It just keeps trading well, and I did not pay attention to it yesterday. Had a beautiful pop here, and then it basically held the moving averages. Yeah, you have several wicks that are coming below the moving averages and the VWAP on the 5. But if you look at the 1, I mean, this is very clean trading, right? You set your stop loss slightly below the moving averages. You don't want to be at the moving averages because we already know if the price action can come down and test that. But look how clean this was. Just nice, beautiful trend trade here, just making higher highs all the way up. And on the 5, after you get past these two drops here, right, which are these two here, it does a beautiful squeeze nicely to some levels up here that you had on AMD. ACB also chop as well. Again, had this nice pop and then just sold back down, didn't give you no continuation up here. And then here, when you think it's going to hold off probably for a bull flag or something, it completely drops right back down to the VWAP. Eventually settles down on the 5, holding the VWAP, holding the moving averages, so that turns out to be a little better. But again, just not an easy trade. We're not getting that nice continuation right at the morning. Let's start with Unit. Unit was great. This is the one of the trades I took. I took it in here. I had another member I saw that took this exact same trade. It took a while. I took some off up here, and it took a while to get this going. Then it couldn't
Hey,
crack.
Carlos,
Yep, go ahead.
I think you're having some connection issues or something. Your audio's a little bit choppy, echoey, and I think your screen's freezing just a little bit here and there.
Oh, okay. So let me
You might try to refresh real quick.
yeah, let me do a refresh, guys. I will be right back.
Yeah, Nick, he's resetting real quick. He'll be right back. There he is. Hopefully that fixed it.
All right, excellent. How does it sound now?
Oh, you sound much better, man.
Oh, sweet, sweet. All right, cool. All right, so it looks like the audio and everything is good on YouTube. It was just our chat room needs to be reset on my end. Okay, cool. So here's Unit again. Unit turned out to be a really nice trade, but it took a while. It didn't pop up right away. It had this beautiful pop at the first time, the first 5-minute candle. Then it just kind of crawled its way up to 1080, and then from there it just couldn't hold. And then it sold off the rest of the day, I believe. Yeah, so sold off right back down here. As you can see, just losing after. It couldn't crack that 1080, 1075-ish area. BPTH, I had it on here, but I really didn't watch it. So this will be the first time I'm looking at it. Didn't do much. Look at this drop here. Again, it's just the reason why you don't want to stay away from these type of stocks. These things are very risky. This one is 600,000, I think, on the float. Oh, it's 1.1 now. But I think it was lower than that before, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Yeah, so here it is.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's just, again, it looks interesting. It looks great when it's going up, but look at the open, just this beautiful, nasty drop here. You don't want no part of that. Roku, we had on our Silas as well. Also, again, just very choppy, indecision at the beginning. Then it goes into this beautiful pop here. But this entry here these are difficult to track, right? You cannot predict this is going to happen, especially after it's bouncing down here, and you got this pure chop. But it does a beautiful squeeze here, and then just never looks back. Takes off nicely, hitting some new highs here. I think this is the all-time high now, right? 85, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, not quite. No, 86.45 is the all-time high on Roku. But Roku has a really nice daily chart. It's just been holding these levels here. I expect Roku to hopefully the next couple of days test this high again, because it's been holding, and the daily chart looks like it's just doing higher lows here. So that's going to be interesting. So that's what we had yesterday. BYND. I didn't watch this.
Oh man!
Somebody had mentioned it in the chat room. Yeah, this was nice.
I had to take my car to get worked on like right after the open, so I traded the open, and then I dropped it off and walked back home.
Yeah.
And I guess in that time, William took some amazing trade in this from like 79 something.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, this stock has been really strong the last 4 or 5 days. I mean, it just found the bottom here and then just never looked back. And today already is up 3.7 this morning. Again, just incredible. So this is an interesting stock to even watch today. It already looks like it's going to be it should be on our gappers list, probably because it doesn't have enough. It doesn't have the flow information on trade ideas here. But this should be on our gappers list. Based on up 3%, 3.7, and the volume is above 100,000. So we'll leave it right on here for the watch list this morning. But yeah, this is
Vikram's correct. Brian took that at the open around $77, and he got, I think, 225 out of it.
Yeah. You're
but
right.
Then William, I think, caught that dip or something like that, and oh my god.
Yeah, it's just an incredible bounce here. If you caught that, it just never looks back. I mean, that's incredible. So. Will be interesting to see what this does today. Again, already you can see that it is in play, 3.7, 135. That will be interesting to watch. All right, so let's get into our gappers list. Not a lot going on today. We're opening up pretty flat. We got a few on here. Then we'll go over to our NASDAQ active, NASDAQ gainers, and then we'll get into the chat room and see what you guys are watching on your end. So let's start over here. So BYND, we kind of spoke about it now. Again, it has a good daily chart. Let's look at the action right now in the pre-market. Pre-market right now looks okay, looks decent, not great, right? Looks a little bit choppy, but again, I think this stock is going to be in play today again after having such a great day yesterday. Next we have IOVA. So IOVA up 29%. Wow, what's the deal with that? 29%. What is the float on this? Float on this is 847. No, it can't be right. 84. Okay, 84 million shares flow. So this is a higher flow. It's nice, up quite a bit. Daily chart seems to be a bit choppy when it's in its regular trading range. Let's see if Benzinga has any kind of news on this that we might have. Let's just go in here. IOVA, are we up on earnings? What is the issue here? All right, so we got some FDA approval. Looks like this happened late last night. So they got some rumors of some approval. So I'm sorry, not rumors, tumor approval or some kind of medicine there. All right, so cool. So this is in play. We'll definitely watch this one. Has some good volume right now. Pre-market action is starting to build up. Hopefully it continues to get a nice flow in here. Definitely some great volume. All right, CSCO. Cisco up 3.6, 240,000 shares traded so far. So this is nice. Pre-market action so I don't like that we have a lot of volume just sitting right on this one candle here. Hopefully we can spread that out and get the flow that we like to see in here. Next we have on the daily chart, we have that's a nice daily chart actually. This is a very good daily chart. Are these on earnings, Norm? Have you heard anything on Cisco? Let me just pop up Benzinga here, see what we got going on. CSCO. All right, let's drop down. Okay, earnings after the close. Thank you guys. Sweet. All right, so CSCO looking interesting, has some positive earnings, up nicely 3.4, got some good volume. Pre-market action is starting to build. Yeah, this is great. Definitely watch that one. WMT, Walmart, correct? Yes, so Walmart, what do we have? Oh, a nice pre-market action here on Walmart, up 3.1, 614,000 shares traded already. Pretty choppy over the last couple of days. Look at this. This is a nasty daily chart here. Look at this chop, how the candles are just overlapping each other. Goes on a nice little run here. Today is definitely in play because it's probably reported, right? Did this report yesterday? It's got to be the only way Walmart's moving like this after being just so much chop. Reporting this morning. All right, good. So some good stuff for the giant retail over here. Walmart popping up nicely, 3%, 631,000 shares traded. So yeah, this is nice. All right, we'll watch this one. Has a beautiful pre-market action now too. All right, so notice how this gappers list, right? Usually we have a gappers list that's huge in the last several days, right? And sometimes you find things on here that are really not in play. These three today are clearly in play. So I prefer when the gappers list is a little small and more focused. This is what this is today. Everything here is in play, opposed to having 15 stocks and you're trying to, dissect which one is actually going to be in play that day that's not moving with the market. So although it's small, it's very precise and it's very clear that these stocks are moving on their own catalyst this morning. So that makes it interesting to watch today. All right, let's go into our NASDAQ active, see what we have in this area here, starting with OTLK, up 39.40%. OTLK, let's pop it in here, see what we have. Lower flow, so we'll throw it down here. All right, OTLK. So what do we have? We have a decent market action. It is a penny stock though. I didn't notice the price action hanging around below $1 here, just popping back up now. I don't like stocks that spend some time below $1. They're very dangerous. And look at this. This is clearly some pump and dump stuff. This is not normal. So I'm gonna just stay away from this one. Yes, it looks great. Up 40%. 2 million shares traded so far. That's amazing. But that daily chart is scary. Pre-market action is looking a little decent though. I do have to say that. But I'm just concerned with the daily chart. Next we have some NASDAQ ETFs. We'll skip those. Let's move on to CUI. CUI at the moment, pure chop. Has some volume here, 485,000 shares traded. CUI, the flow is actually 28 million, so it's not really a low flow. It looks tradable though. It's been popping around $1.20 here. But the pre-market action, although it has this great volume, 485, aiding a nice pre-market action. This is pretty flat right in here, so not really too excited about that. We'll come back to it if it gets better. You guys shoot it back to me. We'll look at it again. Eric, one that always pops up here, not doing much, usually not tradable. Flat pre-market action. Although it has MU. What do we have on MU? MU, we'll come back to it. We'll come back to MU. Not sure what it wants to do here. How did it trade yesterday, by the way? Let's just look at that. Let's just check in here. All right, so MU actually, yeah, pretty sharp, but then it took off kind of like what AMD did. Not bad. All right, guys, is the screen okay, or is it still freezing up? All right, we'll have to check what's causing that. All right, so some people have it clear, others don't. All right, so not sure what's causing. I don't see any issues on my end. Not seeing what's happening that might be causing this. But we'll keep going. Then after the pre-market show, I'll check if there's anything on my end causing the problem. All right, next we have IOVA. IOVA, again, this one we have on here already. This is the one that's gapping up nicely, 32%. Good pre-market action on some news of a FDA drug approval, so that's great. Then we have a NASDAQ ETF on here. Let's go back to the top. OTLK we have already down here, down up 39%, 2.1. But again, this one's it's just very weird. Looks like a pump and dump situation. Look at this daily here, it's just nasty. Right back down, gapping up today, 40%. IOVA we have CUI. CUI just pure chop right now. It is up 19% with some good volume, but a lot of the volume is creating more chop than the actual price action. 163,000 shares just in this one candle. And again, looking at the daily chart, doesn't look interesting neither. Next we have MGNX. MGNX is gapping up 14.3. Horrible pre-market action though, no volume, so we'll skip that one. AGIO, no pre-market action, no volume. MRTX, no volume here neither. Check. CHEK, nothing happening. QIWI, nothing happening, no volume. AWSM, crappy here as well. And last one on this list, NTEC, not much going on. All right. So that's good. We have a list that's somewhat focused and defined. Let's see what else you guys got on your end that maybe I might have missed. D Barbarian, that's correct. I see the overall market. I have the SPY and the QQQ up on another screen. That's what we really look at. We really look at the SPY to see what how the market is trading. All right, what else we have? So IAGO, yeah, IAGO, Patrick, I don't like. If you look at IAGO again, just doesn't have the volume. Only 9,000 shares traded. It is up 13% here, but again, just not a good pre-market action right now. ZM, same thing here. Just not a. Wait, let's go back over here. ZM, yeah, no volume on ZM neither. All right. All right, David, thank you. So it seems like it might be YouTube causing some of this issue, but a lot of you guys are fine. All right, hopefully it gets better as we get into the morning here. VRTU, wow, VRTU down 25%. What is the deal? Doesn't have a good pre-market action right now, but man, this took a big drop. Just want to check if there's any news on here. But based on the pre-market action, it's really not in play. Just no volume. Oh, it looks like earnings yesterday afternoon. Could be interesting to watch. This could be a possible. Got some bad earnings. Nice drop here, 25%. Again, no volume at the moment. This could be one that you want to just have on your side list in case when the market opens, it decides to take some kind of direction. Yeah, D Hall, Walmart, we do have. I have Walmart here. Walmart is definitely in play. I mean, look at this thing. Beautiful pre-market action right now. This is definitely one to watch today. Popping up on earnings. Norm, anything you like this morning that you have on your list?
All right, I got sidetracked. I had to completely reboot, and of course, when I did that in the middle of doing this show with you, I had to update when I got back in. So it took me a minute. I'm running a little behind at this point.
No worries.
You know, Baba moved a good amount yesterday, so I'm gonna keep my eye on that one. I like Cisco. Roku was moving like crazy yesterday, so I'm going to keep my eye on that as well. NVIDIA reports after the bell today, so I'll see if that does anything. It's been stuck here right at 159 to 161, I'd say, for 2 or 3 days now.
Yeah, see that pretty flat.
So that's what I've got my eye on. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting, especially if the report could go either way from here. So it's kind of like everybody's just waiting to see what happens in NVIDIA. So yeah, that looks good. Yeah, Baba was a monster yesterday. It moved quite a bit. I stayed away from it. I took it off my list just because I had the other ones that seemed to be trading well. But again, just very similar to a lot of the stocks that we saw. Very choppy at the open and then finally get into some nice kind of groove. So We might get the same thing today. We'll see. But this is why waiting that 5 minutes has really helped me not get into any craziness. Go ahead.
Carlos, have you looked up Overstock this morning? OSTK.
No, OSTK. What do we got going on with them? 1.5.
They're down a ton. The volume's not super heavy yet, but it'll be interesting. It should be in play.
Yeah,
I guess
like
the CEO sold 500,000 or 500 million shares or something, some ridiculous number of shares. Excuse me, 500,000 shares, 500,000 shares.
Yeah, no, that's quite a bit.
It was disclosed on Monday. So,
ooh, yeah, that's interesting. I'm going to throw this on here. We'll get some levels for it just in case it hits our scanners. But yeah, some news like that is going to have some kind of reaction today. MGNX, yeah, MGNX, guys, I'm looking at this one. I saw it earlier. Right now, it doesn't really have the volume. It is up 14%. Daily charts is okay, it's decent, but just the volume and price action are not there. You know, right now we have something like VYND doesn't have a great pre-market action neither, but it has such a great day yesterday. So it'll be interesting, but I might drop this from my focus list here. We got IOVA here. This one looks okay. It's got some volume. It's trying to get a good pre-market action going. CSCO is pretty choppy, but this is normal for this stock. It opens up choppy like this all the time. Walmart's great. This is a good one here. It's got some good pre-market action, up nicely 3%. AMD's dropping now, so this will be fun to watch. NVIDIA. NVIDIA will probably be on our side list as well. See what that does there. And Bob, I'm probably not personally going to watch just because the price is too high. I like to stay within that $20, $180 range. But this one has starting to build a nice pre-market action here. Starting to get a range going. So yeah, so going back to this one, MGNX, I really don't like the pre-market action right now, and just the volume is not there. So this is the reason why I'm not putting this one on my list. Not saying that it cannot become active and do some stuff later in the morning, but for me personally, I'm just going to stay away from it. QCOM is interesting. Again, it popped up here. It's been holding these levels, very choppy. My issue with QCOM is just it is so difficult to trade. It can be very choppy. You know, that's my issue with it. Right now, it's about 2 scanners if it gets down below 2%, so it'll come up here in the scanners. But I'd rather watch something else. I'd rather watch like AMD. I mean, it's just that difficult to trade. If you've been looking at it, the price action is very choppy. And also the spread. The spread is not clean either. So be on the lookout for that with QCOM. All right, guys, let's get in here. Let's find some levels. Let's make this list a little better. If you see anything else that looks great, shoot it over to me. ABR, what do we have on ABR? That's a pretty nasty daily chart here. ATR must be really low on this stuff. But yeah, right now I'm not sure about this one. What's the ATR on this ABR and the float? Yeah, 27 cents. So ATR is very low right now. Doesn't have a good pre-market action. It's got some volume, down 3.7, but again, it just seems like a one that doesn't move much throughout the day. All right, let's start over here with BYND. So BYND, this is probably going to be a possible for me. High of the pre-market sitting at 90.80. Towards the top, you have another level right here, the high of actually the all-time high, right? Yeah, all-time high from yesterday. Then towards the bottom, previous day close, which is black dotted line here. We have 85.29. Where do we get that from? That's probably was the low of the pre-market yesterday. We could keep that on there. Oh no, here it is. That's the high of several days ago, so that's good right there. Then towards the bottom, you got the high of 2 days ago, and then you got some moving averages moving in here, more levels towards the bottom. So don't need to add any more besides just that high of that pre-market on BYND. Right now, looking pretty flat, not a lot of volume. Had a great day yesterday. Could be interesting to watch, but for the moment, I am going to throw this down in the possibles list, which I gotta mess down here. I gotta fix this up. Let's make some more space here. All right, so IOVA, excuse me. IOVA, low of the pre-market sitting at 13.99 on the dot. Above that, we have 14.94. What else we have? Towards the bottom, we got a clear gap right here, 13.04, 12.99 area. And let's go back, see what else we have. See how these levels are interacting with the rest of the daily chart. Yeah, it looks like they're they're pretty decent. Look at this 14, right? How this 1494, how it's clearly that line comes across a lot of support and resistance. Look at that 14 as well. You have several days here and on here being support and resistance as well. And look at this 13. So basically the whole dollars on this stock has been playing very well. Above this 1493, very clean 1580 level. Look at this extreme reversal here, another extreme reversal here on this daily. So that's a clean pop if we can get above this 1493. So this one looks okay. Volume is decent. Market action is starting to build nicely. Hopefully we can continue to get this volume steady here and create a nice flow. I do like this one up quite a bit. Is this the one with the drug approval? I just want to make sure it is. IOVA, I'm just checking Benzinga here. Yeah, so this is the one that got the FDA approval. So it's got some good catalyst to it. It's looking very strong at the moment. So this is good. CSCO, let's get some levels on CSCO. High of the pre-market sitting at 54.45. The low is at what's this, 53.88? Yep, 53.88. So we'll mark that down there. Then towards the bottom we have a moving average here that I kind of like. This moving average right at 53.30. I'm going to mark that down. See several days opening and closing around that area, so that's good. Then towards the bottom we have plenty levels down here from your chart, previous day close, highs and lows from the last 2 days. If we can get past this 54.43, it's a very clean level in here. 54.93, probably $55 is probably the exact number. But you can see this level here being tested several times as support in this area. Then you come right back down to it, get some lost momentum, support, and then resistance in this area. So I like that 54.93. I think that's plenty in case we get going, right? We might have a bounce out of this 53.90. Another possible level is this one right in this area. You have 55.65. You got these 2 days, these several days banging their heads between that range. Once they break out of that range, you can see the pop, right? So that's good. Then they come right back down to that range, test it one more time. They can't hold it, and then you get the nice drop. So 55.65 is good. Let's see what Cisco is going to give us today, bouncing from the low of the day right now. WMT, very active this morning, up 3.1, tons of volume. High of the pre-market 103.50. Above this we have a little spike over here at 104.19. We can mark that down. Look at that 104.19 also here, just perfect on the dot. Getting some more confirmation. And then above this 104.19, because this thing could run, we have another clean level here at 106.18. So that's perfect. All right, towards the bottom, what do we have? When you have this kind of daily chart, see how choppy this is, right? We found good levels up here when you get the clear reversal on the price action on the daily chart. But in here, very difficult to find levels when you got this type of daily chart. So we're gonna do our best. We're gonna have one here at 102.07. Reason I'm picking that was you got this day coming in here and resetting, and then I'm pulling back. You have several days coming here, testing and pulling above this, and then you have some opening and closing in this through this chop. So, and then a nice clean pop all the way to this 102, and then a small pullback on that end. So that looks good. Then down here you got a moving average coming in around 102, 101.20. You can mark that down as well. 101.22. Got a moving average there. Then towards the bottom you got plenty in the low of the pre-market all the way at 98.50. So yeah, Walmart looks good. Looks very strong. It's got some positive earnings going for them this morning. AMD is just stuck within this range, but AMD's just been trading well. You got after the first 10-15 minutes, it's been trading really good. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it this morning. I just think it might have some potential. Oh, and let me just go back. The reason I'm not adding any more levels on here because you already have plenty. Since it's been chopping around on this daily chart, which looks horrible by the way, it's been creating some highs and lows for you. You don't really need to add any more on this list. Maybe the 28.12 up here if you can get above this previous day close, which right now over the last couple of days been doing higher highs, higher lows. So it looks like it wants to get a bounce here, but I'm sure it's probably going to wait to see what the market is going to do today. Let's go into BABA. So BABA on the daily, again, just had a huge range move yesterday. Right now opening up pretty flat with some volume. Trying to get some good levels in here. So the high of the pre-market sitting at 179.40, 179.50, and then the low sitting right at 176.10. So you can mark those down. If it can break out of this level, you got some very good moving averages coming in. So I do like this one. I think this one is going to be the 200. It's 182.52. And then above that, and look how that level's on there as well. Above that, with all this chop, I think the best one could be this one here, this 186.29. I don't think you'll get that high, but anything is possible. Towards the bottom, plenty of highs and lows from the last 2 days. And then you can just add this one on here. But again, BABA doesn't move. I don't think it's going to drop down to 168. But just for the heck of it, you have this level right here, clean level towards the bottom where it bounced from. Then we have BYND. This is a possible for later on today. NVIDIA also, I'm going to wait to see if we get, they report later on today, I think. So we're going to see what that happens. That's another possible. OSTK as well, another possible. Just going to wait what happens. Again, nothing going on at the moment right now. OLTK, I'm going to remove this one. This is the one that just looks like a pure pump and dump situation. Just doesn't look clean. Look at this. Again, look at this daily chart. Look at this drop right back down to $1 after hitting $9 and $8. That's just scary stuff. I don't want to deal with that. And it's a low flow, very low flow. I think under 10 or so. OTLK. Oops. Yep, there it is, 9. Right. So yeah, so we're gonna skip that one. Up 35% right now, but again, it's just very scary. VRTU is down 24%. Again, not a great action going on right now, but it's got some negative news on this, so I just want to watch it. This is possible for later on today. Not really going to be on my active list to watch, which is right up here. All right. So what do we have? All right, let's see. So QCOM, yep, we went over that one. EOLS. Oh, this is an interesting daily chart. It doesn't have the volume yet, but this looks interesting because it is leaving all these levels here. You can see it's got a clean level coming up at 1907. Yeah, it's got an interesting daily here, based on where the levels are approaching. Yeah, this could be a possible. Again, right now the volume is not quite there. Again, this could be one that we can look at if it hits our scanners or something. But I do like the fact that you got a possible area where you can reach here. If you can lose that, it can even head further down. All right, Elias, how much could you get from Walmart? That 10 cents. I'm not sure what the question is. Let's go back to Walmart. How much can we get? Where are you looking at? Would love to answer your questions. Just need a little more information on what exactly you're asking. What else, guys? What else do we have? Is the screens looking better now that everything get settled in?
You were frozen up about 30 seconds. Actually, you're frozen up still every once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the video, your audio seems to be better, but the video is lagging in the room.
Yeah. So
it's okay on YouTube.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. We'll have to figure out what is causing that. All right, so good question. Why do I separate two watch lists part like this? So here's what I'm doing. So here's my main watch list will be up here, right? So this is what I'm actually going to put in my six watch list, right? My 6 charts, right? So I watch 6 stocks at all times. This is less than 6 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll watch 6 stocks, and then down here, no, that's 5 actually. Yeah, 5. And then down here, I usually put any possible. So anything that has earnings, anything that might move throughout the day, I put it down here. So if it hits our scanners, I quickly can look into it if they have some possible movement. Then usually in here, I usually will put any low flows that look great. Right now, the only low flow that's really active is OTLK. Got some great volume, up 36%. But looking at the daily chart, and it's trading under really under $1 and just up over $1. I'm not interested in this low flow stock. Again, I'm not usually trading low flows, but I will look at them and I will mark some levels. If for some case there's something that looks absolutely perfect on a breakout fallen angel strategy, I might take a smaller size. But my niche is not to trade low flows. Everything's got to be clicking for it. And for me, this daily chart just does not look interesting on this low flow. Volume is great, up 37% is great. But the fact that it's been trading under $1, you had this nasty drop here. Just something I don't want to touch. Yeah, this one is flying. This one is going for sure. IOVA, you can see here, cracking this high of 1493. Let's see if we can get to that 1580. What do we have above that? Hold What do we have above that? 1580. 1744 could be an area here. So you have another one all the way up here at 1893 also. But yeah, this is interesting today. This is going to be definitely in play. It's got some good pre-market action. It's moving like a low flow, but it's not. It's 84 million shares. So that's great. It's great to see that. Baba is one that I'm probably going to drop. Baba just moved a lot yesterday. This actually should be down here. I'm probably going to drop this one. Right now, the pre-market action doesn't look great. It's got some volume. Again, we're just mentioning Baba because of what it did yesterday. So it might be having some movements today. Profit-wise, 10 cents. Oh, that's a great question, Elias. Well, the way Norm trades, right, he's buying about 100,000 shares at a pop. So when he gets 10 cents out of Walmart, man, he's buying Lambos left and right. All jokes aside, you gotta understand some of these levels. Even though when we put these levels on here, they're an area, right? So I'm not saying I'm gonna take it long to go. Let's say I had a level in here, right? I'm not gonna take it long to go to 103.79. I have that level there in case it's gonna reverse, in case it's gonna break through it. So there's just indications depending on what strategy you're going to trade. When you trade your strategy, let's say you're looking for ABCD pattern, right? And you're in this area, you got your A, B, and this is your C. When it does this pullback here, this is your C level. Maybe I want to get in here to go up for this level, right? That's 103 to 150. That's a great move. 50 cents, you're already in the green. And hopefully, you take some partial out there and hopefully try to get to 104. So when we put these levels, they're not clear profit stop loss areas, but it all depends on what strategy you're trading and how you're going to trade that strategy. But if you're in a strategy, you want to make sure you have these levels, because if you're going long here from 103.59 and you get to 104.20, you best believe the chances of you getting some kind of pullback or resistance are high. So this is where I'm going to take a partial if I get to that level. Yep. So that's the way you want to play that. And again, just a lot depends on what strategy you're trading as well. All right, folks, and definitely that's a great question. Definitely check out if you're part of the group, check out Class 4. Class 4 talks all about these levels and moving averages. We did that one 2 days ago, I believe, Tuesday, Class 4. And tonight we have lifetime membership, by the way, and we have Class 5 after the lifetime membership. So Class 5 will be at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and the lifetime webinar will be at 8 p.m. Tonight. While we're at it, Norm, any other announcements? Since I kind of went right to it.
Yeah, that's no problem at all. This coming Sunday, Andrew and I will be in Dallas at Moxie's in Uptown, 5 o'clock. And then next Monday, he and I will be in Austin at North Italia, the Domain, 6 o'clock. So come out and see us. Check out our Facebook page, Bear Bull Traders Facebook page, and you can register to attend the event there. You do not have to be a member, so we'd love to see you. And then also, he's going to be in Montreal at the Modern Trader Summit June 22nd. Night before that, Friday night, he's going to have a meetup in Montreal. So what else am I missing here?
I think, today's Thursday, right? It's Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah. So we have William today, trade review at
trade review
at 3 p.m. So make sure you come in for that and check that out.
Absolutely.
All right, folks. So that is what we have. Let's see. Anything else we have besides what I have on here? Let's check AMD. I could watch one more. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could watch one more. My opinion, BYND. So BYND. Again, right now it's opening up pretty flat at the moment. It's not. Pre-market action is just kind of chopping around. What we like about BYND is it has such a strong day yesterday. We can get some kind of continuation on that today. It's already up 3%. Right, the volume is there, 170. But even though it has 170 right now, that 170 is pretty flat at the moment. So I have it here as a possible. If it hits my turbo breakdown scanners, I'm gonna tune into it, see what's going on. But off the bat, I'm just gonna watch these because these just seem to be a lot more active at the moment. IOVA obviously pretty active. Cisco starting to lose it here, very active, kind of left this range. That's probably another level right there for 54.10. Just was kind of bouncing around here now, losing it here, so that's good. Next we have Walmart. Walmart again, very active, clearly on some positive news. AMD's losing it here. I'm watching AMD just because they had a great day yesterday, and it seemed to be having some really good days after that 10-15 minutes. So I'm looking forward to that. Baba, Baba, actually, I said it had a bad pre-market action. I take that back. This is okay. Has some volume. Again, it's not moving as active, but look how it's coming back down to test this previous day close again. So that's nice. That's a good pre-market action.
Yeah, I'm liking Baba.
Yeah, I take that back. It's a good pre-market action. It had a great move yesterday. So we expect some action out of this today as well. And got some clean levels. If we can lose this, another level here at 176. Yeah, Baba is nice. A little higher price than what I like to see. If I find something that's better within my favorite price range between 20 and 80 bucks, then I'll switch it, right? NOK, what we think about this one here? No, this can't be right. This got to be block trades. 18 million shares traded. Yeah, that's yeah, you got some serious block trades happening here. Look at this candle. 2 million shares here, another 2 million here. Yeah, you stay away from this one. This is what kind of stock this is? It looks foreign because you got some gaps here.
It's Nokia, isn't it?
Oh, it's Nokia. Oh man, I had one of those. Yeah, stay away from this one. I'm not sure what it's trying to do now. Any news that we're getting? Oh, this crazy volume and okay, and there's no news. So yeah, I will stay away from this one. Again, it's just very weird the way it's trading here. This type of volume with not a great pre-market action, not a great flow, could be dangerous. Could be just block trades, because if you're having that type of volume and it's actually in play, you're gonna have a pre-market action like Walmart or like a Cisco, right? You're gonna have some movement. You're not having that with NOK.
Nokia, I think it's probably moving on that Huawei news, but it's still, I don't think it's anything worth trading.
Yeah,
that's likely the catalyst for what it's doing, even though it still's not very interesting.
Yep, agreed. Let's take a look at Apple also dropping. Yeah, Apple looks great, actually.
Yeah, somebody just asked what I thought about this, and it's been ever since this refresh tariff news came out. It's been dropping, and then it dropped real hard on, I believe, Monday. Gap down, and then it's been in this consolidation range from like 185 to 190. It's had a really hard time breaking 190. It did yesterday for a little bit. So I'm waiting and watching to see. I think it's likely going to be choppy until it starts to break from that range, and I don't know what day that's going to happen. I mean, who knows what day that'll happen or what the catalyst will be or which direction it'll be, frankly.
Yeah, pretty active right now.
I'll have my eye on it, of course.
Yeah, yep.
Julian on YouTube is asking code for the trial. It's pre-market 24. All one word, no spaces.
Yeah, QCOM is moving. QCOM is dropping. Yeah, Brian's just pointing out QCOM as well. Again, the one thing with this stock is just how the price action is. It could be just so choppy. So you got to be very careful with this one. But it's dropping nicely here, down 2%. Volume increasing 183,000 shares. All right, guys. So that is. I will look at QCOM. We'll look at it. I mean, I doubt I will trade it because the pre-market action is just crazy. 82.28. You have a level, another one right over here before this gap, 76.66. Any news on them, or they're just moving with the overall market here? Yeah, I got no news on QCOM.
I think it might be the same telecom stuff that's going on with everything else.
That's what it is. So, all right, guys, so that is what I have. Again, let's just go over it real quick. So IOVA looks great. Got some good volume, nice pop here. Cisco's interesting. On this one, I'm definitely going to wait 5 to 10 minutes because it can be very choppy sometimes. But right here, dropping nicely. It's got some good volume. Walmart's up on some earnings, up 3%. Some amazing volume at the moment. AMD's also dropping, kind of similar to what Baba is doing. Apple here and QCOM. So all of these are kind of in that same trading similarities and dropping here today. So we'll wait to see what we get out of those. We got one more coming up in our gappers list. TIGR. What's this one? Oh, this is horrible. Yep. We'll skip that. And then EOLS we looked at earlier. Just want to look at it again, see if anything has changed.
Speaking of Tiger, the PGA Championship starts today.
Nice. Yeah, this EOLS is interesting too, but again, just the pre-market action right now is not there. Maybe later on, closer to the open, it develops. But right now, at the moment, it's really not giving us anything too exciting. Daily chart is great. Had this beautiful drop here, down 12%. You got a clean level in here where can you get a bounce off, or if it sells off, what's the next level down here? You got a nice gap to fill, 1843. So could be interesting, but I have it on here. These are my possibles today, so depending on how these do, I'm gonna look at this at later in the mid-morning, see how these are trading, see what happens with Nvidia when they report later today as well. All right, folks, so that is all we have. Hope you guys have a great day today in trading. Trade safe, and we will see you guys tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern time.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.